Good morning everyone. So today we're at a Nissan. It's a Qashqai. This is a J10 and it's on a 2010. It's also the 1.5 DCI pure drive. So this will be the Renault engine. I'm not really sure what the customer's complaint is because I've reached this after the fact. So the guy told me he put another air mass meter on it because there was a code for the air mass meter. Now I've checked the codes. There's no codes in it, unless he just cleared them. So we're going to read fault codes. Nothing. But what I did notice, I started up, it drives fine on the flat, but see as soon as you take to a hill, oh, it's like kangaroo petrol, although this is a diesel. So we'll go up the hill. So look, it's gutless. So you can see, we're not going very fast at all, and we're not about, oh dear, it's bad. Well, here we're going, we're away now. So, very intermittent, so I think we'll look at fuel pressure. I don't think it's exhaust. I don't think it's back pressure within the exhaust. Well, with this it can only be fuel pressure, or a wonky air mass meter. Not really sure. Back again. Oh dear. I hope it's diesel that's in the thing and no petrol. Flat road here and it goes fine. Oh no, it's a bit jerky. Oh, let's do that again. What came along there fine? Oh, we're away now. So initial hesitation and then it goes. So we've drew up some PIDs. So we've got accelerator, so foot to the floor 100%, airflow. I don't know if that's right or no. Airflow demand, or we can compare one to another. So I think your demand, airflow demand, watch this, 700, and then it gets up, so that's lagging behind. Airflow supply, boost pressure, well, better check that along the road. Coolant, rail pressure, so we've got 20 megapascals and we're set for that, and then we're getting that. Well, that seems to be getting there. Let's give it a shimmy down the road. Right, when accelerated down the road, you see we've not got a problem with fuel pressure. The demand and the supply is exactly the same. The airflow, which demanded and which supplied, that looks alright, but it's all over the place. But I'll tell you what, I feel it is. You know what I think it is? I think it's an EGR valve issue. Because he said he was complaining about the airflow, the amount of airflow. And see when I'm going along the road, and it's jerking and everything like that, it just feels like the EGR valve is sticking open and it's ingesting too much exhaust gases, because when we accelerate the EGR valve should shut. So let's look at the EGR valve status. So we'll go unselect and we'll just go EGR and see if it's closing quick enough. I don't know what they mean, but let's have a little look. EGR open reference. Fine. It's changing. So that's it shut. And then that top one says it's open by 20% roughly. That says it's shutting, but that does feel like an EGR to me. Let's see if there's any codes coming back. Nothing. So there's the engine there, just having a quick visual inspection. Now I don't even know where the EGR valve is on this thing. There's the air mass meter they've changed there. I think maybe the EGR, is that the EGR valve there? That's it down the back there. Maybe worth looking at that. Now I'm looking at the actuation tests and I can't see anything that controls the EGR valve here. So let's go back. Go special function. Within the EGR adaptive. No, nothing there. Any fault codes? Nothing. work support. That's the same. Nothing there. Now, the airflow does seem to be a problem because look, see what it's getting and what it's demanding. That figure's shooting well up there over what it's getting, so this is a strange one. Because even if it sit here and rev it, it remains flat, right? And then the next thing it jumps on, no less the scan tools may be an issue. Let's go back. And then the scales are different. Okay. So the airflow, that's jumping about mad. Let's disconnect the air mass meter and see if it makes any difference. Disconnect the air mass meter. Oh. And then it cuts out. It starts back up. No bother. So it'll be a substituted value. Let's see how she drives. Just like this. So we're driving along the road with the air mass meter disconnected and it goes perfect. So this needs a quality air mass meter. I take it the original one was faulty and I've got a cheap aftermarket one. So let's get a good one on it because it's driving perfect with it disconnected. And you're still getting a figures reading here. But let's just graph these figures. So it's wanting 360, it's demanding 206 and it's getting 361 it says. It certainly doesn't like that air mass meter. It's accelerating lovely. So the codes that come up when you disconnect it is a P0100 and a P01100. Airflow sensor circuit and air temperature sensor circuit. The other thing I was wondering, you think the EGR valve will still work? Because that was in the back of my mind. But let's go EGR. So do. Okay. EGR position. No. It's a chicken and egg, innit? The EGR valve is no opening anymore because the air mass meter is disconnected. I think we've got to go for a quality sensor. I mean, that drives perfect now. Plenty of power. And you can see that the EGR valve is still not being activated. So we'll plug it back in, see if it cuts out now. No. Well, looks fine. We'll clear the codes and see if EGR activation comes back. Yeah, let's see. Let's take it a spin without clearing the codes. There's the EGR came back to life. And that's without clearing the codes. Let's just see what the codes say. Probably in history. Pass, right. 4 PIDs. Accelerator, airflow, then the demand, and then the EGR position. So I would say the EGR valve shutting because we can get this to go. So we can rule that out. And it's back to the airflow meter. It's just no keeping up with the demand. So I'll just take a first gear pull along here. There is flagging and then it goes. So what was demanded was 750. It did get up there, but just didn't sustain it. Airflow meter explained this graph a bit better. So see, I'm going 100% acceleration. There's my airflow figures there. Now it drove not too bad, but you can see there's my EGR. So see when I accelerate, that EGR closes, so I can rule that out. And the injectors are good because there's plenty of power. There's no any pressure in the exhaust because it goes okay when the air mass meter is disconnected. So replace the air mass meter and take it for the air. Although I have seen it sometimes when you pull the air mass meter, it puts into default mode and it can hide a lot of stuff. So, but the very fact it's had problems, they replaced it. Go for that. So another day, the guy changed the air mass meter for a good one, a Peerberg. Made no difference. Anyway, so I thought I'd have another look at it again, see if there's any codes in it. Codes. Well, just the glow plug system. So let's go and find if we can find this map sensor. Disconnect that and see if it goes like a bomb after that, because when I disconnected the airflow sensor, and I said at the time, sometimes that can mask other problems. It puts the whole system into default. Let's see if we can find this. So that looks like the map sensor there. Let's disconnect this and see how it goes. Oh, took a bit of a stumble. So it's a 3-wire job. Let's see if it goes like a bomb. I'll check the codes. So that says turbocharger boost sensor. Let's just give it a run with this thing off anyway. So it's a P0235. So with the turbocharger map sensor disconnected, look, still exactly the same. Kangaroo diesel. So that's no help to it. So let's plug that back in. Disconnect the air mass meter and see if it goes well. It's something to do with the air mass meter. It's like fuel starvation, man. So with the map sensor plugged back in, or turbocharger sensor, and airflow disconnected, look. It goes beautiful. So what the hang's up with this circuit? So I have reconnected the airflow sensor and the map sensors connected. So we're going to try this, a long shot. So let's go clear codes, continue, completed, codes info. I'm getting a glow plug, but well, no codes present, right? So let's try this. Functional tests, special functions, reset program values. Continue. The procedure resets the ECU after a servicing replacement of certain components. Engine must be at operating temperature, well we are. After carrying out the procedure, the vehicle needs to be driven for changes to be saved to the ECU. This can take several drive cycles to complete depending on the condition. So we'll go OK. Whether this will work or not, I don't know. Completed. Right. Program what's this? The procedure. We'll do this one. We'll reset everything we can possibly do. So let's see if there's any codes. No codes. That flat as anything. Totally flat. Feel it already. Here's the first bit, the clue. This wire's been joined sometime in the past, look at that. So, what's your reckon that the problem is within there? In fact, what we could do, Roddy, do a bypass. Oh, I've not got my car with me right enough. We could jump it from there to there. See, it does away with this resistance bit. And if it goes like a bomb, well, we've sorted the issue. Now, I managed to source another Nissan Qashqai, and you can see this is exactly the same. It's a pure drive. So we're going to look at the figures on this one. This is a 2011. So this one does not have a voltage reading, but what it does have, it just shows us kilograms an hour. So I'll need to check that other car for that same measurement. So you can see it jumps about a bit, but not as much as the other one. So that's saying roughly 35 kilograms an hour at idle. And I just looked there to see what the original equipment was for this air mass meter, because I still think it's I don't know what to do with this one. So the original equipment on this is Continental. You can see we've got the same wiring colours, are they slightly different? Slightly different wiring colours. So maybe get a voltage off of them. The wiring colour's slightly different.